All right, welcome back. Whitlock and Wiley. Steven Jackson is back. We're joined now by Fox Sports NBA analyst Cuttino Mobley. Time now for a big story. Sponsored by the all-new 2020 Kia. Telluride, give it everything. Let's move to Milwaukee, where the Bucks stormed back from a double-digit deficit last night to take Game 1 from the Raptors. Milwaukee got a career night from Brook Lopez, who had 29 points and led a scoring barrage in the fourth quarter that Toronto just couldn't handle. In fact, the Raptors had a 7-point lead going into the final quarter and then disappeared down the stretch, with Kyle Lowry, the only Raptor making a field goal for the entire quarter. The question here is, did the Raptors choke away the series last night? I'm not convinced. And I listened to Charles Barkley afterwards say that the series is over, Milwaukee's the best team. I think I just don't expect Brook Lopez to have another 29-point game, and I don't expect the whole Toronto team besides Kyle Lowry to disappear in another quarter like that.
Oh, it's not over. It gave me confidence. I thought that Toronto was going to lose the series going into it. Watched them in Game 1, started to have renewed confidence in them. They did waste a game from Kyle Lowry, especially a Game 1.
Yeah,
man. Kyle Lowry, this playoff season, 0 points in Game 1 first series, 9 in the second. Did you get 30?
I know you was like, Cat, I hope Cat ain't right, because I just said Kyle
that.
come live.
Yeah,
it's going to be a problem.
We laughed at it. Yeah, we laughed at you too.
But who expected Lopez to go out there and do that?
Nobody.
29 points when you talk about a guy who
He averaged 5 last series.
Scoreless his last game. So he wasn't even in the game plan defensively. Like, let him go. And he went off. So I think this is going to be a real series. We probably see 7 out of this.
You can't expect a 7-footer that has a house on Disney lot to come for 30 every game in the playoffs. I'm sorry. That's the last thing I was
He in La
expecting.
La Land?
Last thing I was expecting. His brother like Godzilla, so I don't know what they got going on. 2 big kids. But for Kawhi, for the most part, you have to trust your teammates. He had so much success in the last series. Even though he had success, his shooting percentage was terrible. You can't shoot 37 shots like he did in Game 7. 39 and have 41 points. Right. Like, that's terrible.
Yeah.
He has to trust his teammates. I think the biggest thing last night was Giannis trusted his teammates. Kawhi had a lot of plays where he had Danny Green open. He had other guys open that they needed to make shots. He didn't pass the ball. They ended up being turnovers or they ended up getting blocked. Giannis made the right passes all night. Now, when Lowry gets 30 points, it's kind of scary now because they should win when he play like that.
Yeah.
There's no way. But the only room I'm giving them is they can come back and win because Giannis said before Game 1, there's no way we're going to lose this Game 1 at our place like we did against Boston and win this series. So they was focused on Game 1. They might lose a little bit focused Game 2.
Yeah, and you know, there's a couple of different things for me. Kawhi not playing consistently during the regular season, I think is it affecting him and his team down in the postseason because they're force-feeding him offensively, and he's already amazing on defense. But when, like Steven, like you said, when you're shooting 39 times in one game and 26 times, that's not who Kawhi Leonard is. So I think, like you said, Steven, he needs to make his teammates better. When you get a game that you get from Kyle Lowry, 30 points, you should win the game on the road.
Easy.
But I like your point, Cuttino, about he's not prepared for this playoff role because he didn't put the work in the regular season.
He hasn't played a consistent 10 games straight in the regular season. So when you're playing in the playoffs, it's more physical. You're traveling. The team loads up on you more. The opposing team loads up on you more. And then now you're taking volume shots. His conditioning and the way his outlook in the game is totally different from a regular season to come to the playoffs. So that's what it's showing to me. So if he doesn't adjust like Giannis did against Boston the first game when he had the scheming when Boston walled him in, if he doesn't adjust, it's going to be an early series for them.
Each round changes. You know, each round teams do different things. First round, everybody on Toronto team was able to get off. Second round, it was only Kawhi. They locked everything else. Well, now you have to use your whole team. This is the East Conference Finals. So you have to lock in and use your whole team. That's the only way you win these games.
And he was more one-on-one against Philly
Bud know that
than he is against.
Budenholzer knows him better than anybody. He coached him in San Antonio. So he know Kawhi want to come in here and shoot all the balls and be super aggressive. We're going to let him do that and take away.
Or maybe he's saying, I'll let you go. Maybe he's saying, I know you so well, I dare you to pass that ball.
Well, we're talking about a physical conditioning. Maybe you're not ready for this moment in terms of your lung capacity and you're getting fatigued. How about mental conditioning and the fact that, one, this is not the model I play under, and now you're asking me to play it, and you know why I'm accepting that baton and that responsibility? This is why I'm here.
Right.
DeRozan's gone. I'm here for this moment to lead this team beyond what the expectations have been in the past, right? So maybe Kawhi is just taking on too much, which is just caving into the pressure. He should just go back to his model. Kyle Lowry shows up like that, maybe they'll have a better situation.
But Marcellus, in football, we always say fatigue makes cowards.
Of all men.
And so, yeah.
Of all men.
And again, I'm not calling Kawhi a coward by any stretch. But he was tired. And in the fourth quarter, gave them nothing. They went into that fourth quarter with a 7-point lead. Kyle Lowry put in work in the fourth quarter as well. I think 5 or 7 from the field. If they had gotten anything from Kawhi,
a little bit.
2 points and no field goals from Kawhi.
And look, when it was about a minute and a half to go, they were only down 1. They were only a possession or 2 away, but he just didn't have it. And we've been through this situation before. I'm pretty sure you've been through this situation where you need that one tackle or we need that free throw. And you're like, you know what? I didn't give you the first, second, and third. I am gone.
Check engine light
I
on.
seen Hakeem Olajuwon with the oxygen mask on in Denver. Like, I ain't got no more, young fella.
But, hey, at the end of the game, Danny Green had a big turnover. And I know why Danny...
Oh, that was horrible.
But you know why he had that turnover? Because he didn't touch the ball all game. So now you give him the ball... we call it the grenade. They throw him the grenade. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They try to make a play.
I know exactly
the crucial part of a game,
on
and
the
he
left
gets picked.
side.
Yes,
they advanced the ball to him.
Yes.
And I said that was a wrong move. And
they missed him 4 or 5 times before that.
But I think it's a wrong move because situational basketball, you control the ball, I control the ball in our career. Danny Green is not that guy.
Ball handler, exactly.
It's not a ball handler. For them to give him the ball, that was a mental brain fart, whoever gave him the ball.
But he was trying to make a play and do something he doesn't normally do because he wasn't touching the ball. They missed him all up. He's a three-point shooter. He was open 4 or 5 times before that play, if you look at it. When he got the ball, he tried to do something that he doesn't normally do, and he turned the ball over in a big part of the game.
All right, coming up, Le'Veon Bell just responded to the report that Adam Gase didn't want him. We'll tell you why the Jets could be headed for serious trouble